First pageant?
Yes.
Oh,
Scary,
okay.
scary.
Okay. Ever since? I
Yes.
mean, kahit nung ano ba,
Mm-hmm.
bata pa lang,
Mm-hmm.
never?
Never. So
Wow.
national pageant's kind of crazy. That's
Wow.
why that's why I was like, are you guys sure? I was very hesitant. I was very hesitant.
Oh, recently you had your personality challenge,
I
diba?
did,
So, I'm
yes.
sure you're gonna ace that.
Hopefully I did. Hopefully. My family has told me like you can't just do what you think you should do. I think you should just be yourself and that's when you shine brightest the most because I feel like not hard to get to know me, honestly. I pretty much put everything on the table. I'm very open. So that's why the moment they kind of like see a shift in me, they're like, Nicole,
Mm-mm.
that's not you, mama. And I was like, mm-hmm.
Just to make sure, both
Yeah.
of your parents are Filipinos.
They are Filipino, yes.
Mm-mm. And then, um, you guys immigrated to the US?
No, actually, I this has been like an ongoing joke for
Uh-uh.
me. I always say I'm like Miss Worldwide because we moved everywhere. Even here, I was born in Baguio, and then we moved to Ilocos for a little bit, where like all my family like stayed. We have like our ancestral home where all of the family just like goes to, and then my mom has really big ambitions. So we moved also to Quezon City. And then after that, we moved to Canada. And then we moved in between cities as well over there. I stayed there. I moved when I was maybe 9 or 10. And then I moved from Canada when I was 15 or 16. And then we went to Seattle after.
Why do you guys move a lot?
Oh my goodness, like I said, my mom just has really big ambitions. She
Ah,
just wants like
okay.
the best for us. Like my dad's family was in Canada.
Okay.
So they had, had the opportunity to bring us over, so we went. And then ultimately my mom's biggest dream was always to live with her parents, my grandparents. My lola and lolo are in Seattle. Her sister is there to the bunso of their family. So she wanted to meet them as well over there. So when the moment she had a chance, we moved over there.
And I bet it's an exciting experience, no? Or like, how often? I mean, gaano katagal? What was the gap in between you moving from one place to another?
Maybe like a couple years.
Ah, a couple of
Yeah,
years.
like 8 years. I've been living in Seattle for 8 years, and I was in Canada for like 5, 6 years. So Seattle really has been like the longest time I've ever stayed somewhere other than in the Philippines.
So for future plans, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you're staying for good sa Seattle? Or
I
hindi
don't
pa natin
know.
masabi?
I don't know.
Pero if ikaw, kung papipiliin ka, where do you wanna stay?
You know
talaga
what?
For good.
Before I got here, I was thinking to myself, like, I've always loved Canada just because of my childhood memories there and how, like, life was so simple there. It was very vastly different from Seattle as well, too. But now that I'm back here,
Iba.
it is.
Iba,
It's
no?
it's like I was very nervous when I got back here too because it's been a really long time. This is actually my first time back here
Wow.
ever since I moved away. So like the it's just I don't know. Every time I think about coming back here, I get like a little nervous about it because I feel like it's so different from what I remember. And
What's
it
different?
is.
What's different from the places you've been to?
Probably how I remember it. Like just from the tight view, I was so tiny back then. Now I'm seeing everything. I was like, wow. Like I think you guys have really progressed in everything too. Like the cities really look amazing and all of that. Like I think for me, I spent a lot of times in like what is it called? The provincial side, province.
yeah.
Because my family loved to be outdoors. Like I used to go wakeboarding as a kid, so we would always be at like resorts and stuff if I wasn't at school. So I didn't really see much of the city because I was either like just in and out of school or going to like vacations with my family. So I didn't really know. So seeing it here now and how different it is, like everybody's been telling me, like my partner and his parents, they were staying with us for a little bit, and they've been like telling me and getting me to expect like, oh yeah, like this is different in the Philippines, this is different in the Philippines, you're gonna love this, and I've been waiting. So I've been so excited to be back here. Like sometimes like I would like catch myself just staring out in the window and be like, oh my god, like I'm here, I'm finally here.
And it's so fun, so much fun
It
in the
is.
Philippines.
It is. It's been an adjustment for sure because I feel like I've been so independent most of my life. My mom has really been grilling it in me to be like, you have to be independent. You know, need to learn how to do things. So the shift from being independent, being used to always doing things on my own, to people wanting to do things for me or being like, no, you can't do that. I have to do that. And I was like, no, like earlier with the water bottle, I was like, please, you don't have to feel like you have to do that. I can do it. I'm a grown woman. I can do it myself. I think it's just one of those things where I'm like still kind of adjusting to that. And I think the more that I adjust to it, the more I remember more from my childhood as well too, and how
Yes,
things were.
brings back memories.
It does. It does.
So of course the fans would like to get to know more about you.
Mm-hmm.
So aside from moving around
Yeah.
with your family, what kept you busy
What kept me
prior
busy?
to signing up
Oh my
for Miss
goodness.
Universe Philippines?
I think my work, for the most part, I'm an early childhood educator, so I work with kids, most notably infants. I have a very big passion when it comes to kids as well too. So I help with their development. So when I tell people like, oh, I'm a teacher, and they're like, what kind of teacher? And I tell them, oh, I work with infants. So if they need, you know how some kids they need to hit certain developments in their life, like some of them have to start crawling, have to start eating solid foods.
Did you say infants pa lang?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like almost 1 year old?
Not even one.
Not even one.
Yes.
Yun ang inaalaga. Wow,
Yeah.
no, what kind of curriculum do we have for?
Like I said, it was just more for development. Like if some
Okay.
kids like they're premature, they're born
Mm.
premature, so they're a little bit behind on their development. So I'll help them with their crawling, their sitting up, because obviously those are very important. It's like, you know, the building blocks of
Yeah,
how you
yeah.
grow up. So it's been very nice. So it's mostly like that. I was very focused on my work because I enjoyed it so much.
So, how's the
Another-
setup?
It was me and another teacher in there,
Ah,
and there's
okay.
8 kids.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
the parents go to the center. Is that how you
and
call
then they
it?
drop them off, and then
Okay.
I'm the kids' parents for the rest of the day.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
a lot of the parents actually come to me and be like, "Oh, do you have kids of your own?" I go, "No, unfortunately not. I'm living vicariously through you. These
Wow.
are my babies." You know, like
So how many hours in a day do you spend with the kids?
8, depending on how
hours?
long they're there for.
Oh, really?
But for the most part, like I work full time, so 8 hours a day. I'm with them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now of course you're on leave. No?
Yes.
So what made you say yes to Miss Universe Philippines?
Oh
you
my
mentioned this is
goodness.
your
My first time.
pageant.
Actually, this has been like one of my favorite stories to tell. My Lola, ever since I was a kid, she's always come up to me and be like, "You're gonna be Miss Universe."
Really?
So it's been like an ongoing joke from my family that she manifested this because the moment like they had the opportunity to do this, she was like, "Nicole, please do this. Like this is what I've been wanting you to do for the longest time." And for me, I was very much hesitant because like this is a huge platform. I know nothing about pageantry. I don't want to go at this feeling so like I'm not ready at all, you know? And I didn't want to be ignorant to how things were because this is very serious.
Right, yes.
You know? And I didn't even know I was signed up for it until later on. I had moved out with my partner and I was visiting my family home in Seattle. And they were like, "Hey, by the way, we signed you up for like a fashion show and a pageant." And at that point, they were saying, "Oh, it's just a pageant itself first, in like the local pageant there in Washington." So I was like, "This again? Like we're at this again?" I thought we have let this go years ago, and I had told you guys countless of
Okay.
times. And then I had told them, I was like, "Okay, you know what? I will meet you halfway. I will do the fashion show first, see how I feel about it, and then we'll talk about the pageant after. So then I did the fashion show, and there was this one photo of this little girl looking up at me. And ever since I seen that photo, I was like, oh my God, wait. And honestly, that whole time I was nervous because I've never walked a runway before. I've never modeled. And I was just like, I want to do this like thing justice. I don't
Yes.
want to just half.
Yung basta lang
Yeah,
sumali.
like I don't
Okay.
want to do that.
Yeah.
So when I had that experience in the show, and all these little girls are coming up to me and like like feeling my dress,
Really?
their parents would come up and be like, "Can she take a photo with you?" And I was like,
Oh.
"Yeah, I'm gonna take a photo with
Yeah.
her. Like, can I carry her?" Like it was like that. So it's really one of those things too. And then everybody in my life, like my friends, my partner, my family, oh my God, I want to get emotional about this, but they have been very like supportive. And honestly, I acknowledge the privilege that has, because not everybody is gonna have family or friends that supports them wholeheartedly. Like throughout this whole journey, they have just shown me like just unwavering support.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to thank them enough, but to do my best throughout this whole thing.
So that was a turning point.
Yeah.
Na, kumbaga. So now, anong feeling mo sa Miss Universe Philippines journey? Because, well, definitely during that event,
Yeah.
you have already felt the impact and the influence that you can
Yeah.
show and you can share to young girls,
Yeah.
diba, around the world. So right now that you are in the competition na talaga, how do you see it? I mean, how do you feel about it?
It's so crazy the impact that this has. I actually I studied public health back in Washington, and I minored in global health. Yes, and I've always wanted to make an impact with things, even though like I'm just one little person. I just always wanted to do something, and I thought that I wanted to work for the WHO, and I wanted to really focus on lower income countries.
Okay.
And one of the classes that I took during college had allowed me to focus on maternal neonatal care, which was something that I really, really wanted to do. And I did research here on the prevalence of safe births for mothers and birthing individuals, and I was just really impacted about how there's really a lack of access to healthcare for them. And the more I learned about it, the more I'm like, I think this is what I wanted to do, because I have so many passions outside of that as well too, like fashion, and just kind of self-love and uplifting others and using that kind of platform. So for me to have that all-in-one for this Miss
Yes.
Universe was kind of like,
Correct.
okay, yeah, because I will say I was a little bit ignorant in this whole thing. I was kind of like, they're just standing there and looking pretty and they're beautiful, and I love their advocacies, and this is hard work.
Yes.
And so the more I learned about it, the more I'm like, okay, like I think I love to take on this challenge, because not everybody has the opportunity to do this. I never thought I was gonna have this opportunity, so I just wanted to really take it and make it my own and see what I can come out from it.
And it seems like everything is going into, I mean, getting into their places, their alignment. Nag-a-align ng
Yeah.
lahat, diba? Your passion, your work, and then
Yeah.
right now, this platform that you can utilize for your advocacy and your projects.
That's why it was so crazy for me, because in the beginning I said no. Because they were finally like, okay, yeah, like we're gonna send you to the Philippines. I was like,
Wait lang, why? Me?
Me?
Really?
I was like, who do you think I am? I was like, I think we met the wrong girl here. Like, I don't know who you think I am or what I can do. And it's like all these people are seeing this potential in me
Yeah.
that I didn't even see myself, you know, because I like to think I'm just like a normal girl doing my own thing. So I like to by the wall. I'm not very extroverted unless like it's a one-on-one.
Yes,
Unless you make me
yes,
feel comfortable,
yes.
here we are, you know? But it was one of those things where I was like, no, like there's so many things blocking me from it. But then there was also so many things pushing me to do it. And, like things just really fell into place, and here I am now. Doing
Congratulations.
this.
Welcome to Miss Universe Philippines.
Mabuhay universe.
Mabuhay, you have arrived
Here I
to your
am.
destination,
Yeah.
diba? Ang daming pinupuntahan, but
It
you
is.
finally arrived here in Miss Universe Philippines.
It's been
Out
crazy.
of everything that you've accomplished, you've traveled to many places.
Yeah.
You have you're doing really well in your chosen field and career. What do you consider to be your proudest moment?
My proudest moment was to be. I want to say this. But there's also a close second too that I really want to talk about, which is when I was walking across that stage during my college graduation. Because, fun fact, I was actually undocumented for a little bit in the US. So I wasn't able to have any, jobs or any like federal income. So when I went into school, it was me navigating this, educational system that wasn't built for me. And I didn't know how I was going to go to school. And of course, like I had my family to support me throughout all of it. But at the same time, I was like, I want to do this myself. I want to be able to make a name for myself by myself too. I feel like when it comes to a challenge, yes, it's okay to ask for help, but I also wanted to be the first one to do it first and then decide for myself when I need it. And I was able to navigate that. And at some point, luckily, we were able to get our papers, finally, our green card. And I worked myself through college even after that too, where I paid for stuff. But yeah, it was like one of those things where I really like struggled too. Like I wasn't the best. I want to say this too, like own up to it as well. I wasn't really the best daughter in the beginning too. I was fighting my roots and what they were instilling in me and what the American system was kind of teaching me as well. Because I feel like for us Filipinos, we're very the good for all. The good for the family, the good for all.
Yeah.
But I feel like more in American style, they're more like it's you against the world. So it was like battling two different identities for me. And I think that's what like was so hard for me to get along with my family too, because I want to be able to carry that but also like follow them. So it was a battle internally for me. So they were kind of like, you know what, you want to do this yourself. So I did it by myself, and I think it was so much more fulfilling that I was able to struggle through it and persevere. And why I was so proud too, because I love learning. I love to just be able to say that I put myself through college.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
fought for that because that's a privilege that like not everybody gets a chance to. So for me to be able to say that, I'm so proud of myself too.
And what's good about it now, even if your family allowed you to be more independent,
Yeah.
I'm sure they're always behind you,
They always
supporting
were.
you.
Yeah.
That's how Filipino families are.
They are.
Diba? Wherever you go.
They pushed me off to the deep end and we're like, but we're up here waiting for you.
Yeah.
Just in case we have the lifeboat waiting, the Coast Guard is on the way over there. Like, you're fine. You're fine. But I'm over there like, guys.
So your family is now here, or are they traveling?
They're going to be traveling here. But there's so many of us. I'm the ate. So I have 3 younger siblings. So there's so many of us. So I'm so excited to see them again too, because I feel like I kind of raised them too. My parents were so busy working and providing for us that I had to step in, which is honestly so nice because it allowed us to be a lot more closer than some siblings can be.
Pero alam mo, Nicole, sa pag-uusap natin,
Yeah.
what's good about it is the story of realization, whether to fulfill your own dream, follow your own dream, or listen to your family, listen to others. But at the end of the day, it's really about following your heart, diba?
Yeah.
What it tells you to do for yourself primarily, and for everyone around it, for your loved ones.
Yeah.
And na I can also feel the how this experience has ignited the Filipino in you. 'Di ba? Kasi kumbaga
Yeah.
parang kahit na madami kayong pinuntahan ng family mo, you still go back to where home
Always.
is.
Always.
The Philippines
Always.
is where home is.
It
Right?
is. Yeah.
Okay, so when you win Miss Universe Philippines, I'm sure the whole family will be so happy.
Oh my
But
God.
what is the first thing that you would do after winning?
Oh my goodness, probably call my Lola.
Lola, ito na.
She's probably in the stage, like not even on the stage, and like the crowd somewhere cheering me on like the loudest. But I
Yeah.
just want to be able to like see her or talk to her like one on one and be like, Lola, we did it. Like this has been something you've been wanting, and it just so happened to align with what I've wanted all my life, just not packaged in the way that I thought it was going to. But here we are, like we did it, and I feel like she really was the first one I would be thinking about too. When I win, I'd be like, oh my God, Lola. Like I would look at the camera when I win. I would be like this. I'd be like, Lola, are y'all sure? Like, me, Lola.
Shout out to Lola.
Yeah.
And syempre, we also, Nicole, at this point would like to thank the Miss Universe Philippines organization for allowing us to do the interviews with the girls po.
Yes.
Sir Voltaire Tayag, maraming salamat po. And Sir
Maraming
Jonas
salamat
Gaffwood,
po.
maraming salamat. And also to our sponsors here on The Crown Philippines, La Luna Cafe. That's LA_Luna Cafe on Facebook and Instagram. Maraming salamat po sa paensaymada.
I know. I'm
Diba?
gonna
Very
eat this later.
Filipino.
I've been eyeing it since I went in here. I was
Sabi
like,
ko na eh. Sabi ko.
looking real good, scrumptious.
And of course, Tasa Mobile Cafe, maraming salamat. And of course, Prism Skin and Body Clinic, maraming salamat po sa mga mababait naming sponsors here on The Crown Philippines.
Oh my goodness. Please follow me on Instagram. It's at JNLIPA. And also Nicole Lipa official on Instagram, Facebook, and on TikTok as well too.
Pero alam mo, before you knew it, May 2 na, coronation na.
I
Mabilis
know.
na lang.
I blinked and it was like March. I'm like, what? I was so confused.
Parang before, you're just getting ready.
Yeah.